What you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. One-on-one, we the hottest team under the sun. We bringing back that grit, things about to get lit. You know how we coming. Ain't no new discovery. Come across that middle, you gon' need a long recovery. They asking if the U is back. Now we back to work, state of Miami intact. Crystal ball is back. Green tree is rocking. Don't need no beat. When we run through that smoke, you gon' feel that defeat. Category 5, what you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. This ain't no fraternity, but we straight steppers. We bringing that heat, nobody doing it better. The record got you flying high, make your wings stop, no lemon pepper. Orange and green is on top, the recruits know it's a new era. College game day at the route, we bout whatever. We a family, a real tribe, championship survive. You see the U on the helmet, you know the vibe. We stay swagged out, putting y'all to shame, no surprise. Category 5, what you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. Championship's the motto. 83, 87, 89, 91, 2001. We about to get us another one. Let's have some fun. Let's go. We bleed this orange and green. Don't get this confused. We working. Go run for shelter, cause we coming. It's a cane thing, y'all wouldn't even understand. Let's go. Category 5, what you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. It's all about the you. It's all about the you.
Lottery numbers coming up.
CANES over here. Hey, we got CANES over here. Category 5, what you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. One-on-one, we the hottest team under the sun. We bringing back that grit, things about to get lit. You know how we coming. Ain't no new discovery. Come across that middle, you gon' need a long recovery. They asking if the U is back. Now we back to work, state of Miami intact. Crystal ball is back. Green tree is rocking. Don't need no beat. When we run through that smoke, you gon' feel that defeat. Category 5, what you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. This ain't no fraternity, but we straight steppers. We bringing that heat, nobody doing it better. The record got you flying high, make your wings stop, no lemon pepper. Orange and green is on top, the recruits know it's a new era. College game day at the route, we bout whatever. We a family, a real tribe, championship survive. You see the U on the helmet, you know the vibe. We stay swagged out, putting y'all to shame, no surprise. Category 5, what you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. Championship's the motto. 83, 87, 89, 91, 2001. We about to get us another one. Let's have some fun. Let's go. We bleed this orange and green. Don't get this confused. We working. Go run for shelter, cause we coming. It's a cane thing, y'all wouldn't even understand. Let's go. Category 5, what you gon' do? Better run for shelter, cause it's all about the you. Giving straight pressure, that ain't nothing brand new. Grinding for the prize, cause it's all about the you. It's all about the you. It's all about the you.
Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, Miami Hurricanes fans and my college football family? How are you feeling? I bet a bunch of y'all are still hungover, aren't you? Come on, fess up. You partied too hard at the game or at home watching the game. You can barely speak. You're limping along. You're contemplating calling in to work tomorrow, but it's already been a long weekend because it was Labor Day weekend.
This is what it takes.
Heck, you had Friday off. You already had today off on Monday, but you're still feeling it, man.
Co-op.
This is what it takes.
Hey!
On the side of your helmet.
Come on.
NC ain't looking so good, lol.
We're going to check in. Hey, I just appreciate everybody being here tonight, man. Eric, thank you for the love. My man, Glenn. Appreciate y'all. Patty's at work right now. The grind never stops, right, Patty? I thought it'd be fun to go live tonight and just talk a little bit more about that Miami Notre Dame game. You know, now that it's, we've let it simmer a little bit. It's the day after. And really what I was thinking was opening up the phone lines and giving you guys an opportunity to call in and just kind of, talk about the game a little bit, how you're feeling about the rest of the season. We're going to take a look maybe at, the rest of the schedule, talk about it. I want to discuss some things that we saw during the Notre Dame game, some good things and some bad things. But mostly tonight, I'm going to be real. I'm looking to hear from you guys. That's the point of this late night Canes talk. Expect to see this throughout the season. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to keep doing this throughout the season. But want to give shout outs to everybody who's here hanging with me late tonight. My man, Drew, DJ checking in, Taylor. Good to see you, bro. Jay Wood checking in, using those Carson Beck emotes. Shout out to Carson Beck, bro. I know you heard the interview after the game, and he said it's been a tough 8 months. You think about, going from being a potential, the talks, right? I know that he had a little bit of a rougher season with the 12 interceptions, but, all this talk about Carson Beck, you're at the top of so many lists going into last season. You slowly start to fall down it as you throw those picks. People start to doubt you, and then your elbow gets all jacked up. You have to have surgery, and he's had to work hard, go through therapy, and recover, not knowing what the outcome for sure would be. There's no guarantees, right? And in that interview on the field after the big Notre Dame win, he just said, it's been a tough 8 months, but he's thankful for the Miami Hurricanes and that program. And he mentioned that Miami has helped him love football again. So, it's a fresh surrounding, and it's just, I'm so happy for him. After all of the doubt, people thinking that this guy's washed up, he's not going to be any good, and he comes out there and plays a heck of a game. B Savage checking in. Robin B. I'm doing good. I'm doing better than ever. We're 1-0. Nobody's beat Miami yet. Joshua checking in. Straight Street 6. Nick Snyder, I appreciate y'all, man. Blanket shout-outs, thank you.
Co-op Miami's 2027 class is number 2.
2. Let's also not forget there were some recruits. Hey. There were some recruits at that game, and they got to see Miami take down the number 6 ranked team in the country, Notre Dame. And it was an electric atmosphere. Bring back the late night real talk. We might have to do it. This might be the year it finally happens. Melissa, my co-OC, checking in. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Let's get a check-in. I know we're all about Miami right now. We want to continue to ride that high from the Notre Dame game, but I did want to get a look in on Bill Belichick and North Carolina because we did have a game today on Labor Day. He's down big. 27-7. What do we have stat-wise? Oh, my goodness, buddy. Now, you see what I'm saying? Right, we're going to nitpick and stuff, but North Carolina's quarterback, is this real? Hold on. This can't be real. I don't have the full context because I don't have the game up. Can anyone confirm for me? This can't be right. I'm not trying to be funny. Is this an actual error? Because Google has had an error with stats before. Oh my gosh. You're telling me that he's completed 2 passes and one of them was a pick? No. Josh Hoover's having a heck of a time. 20 of 25 for 193. They got a running back that's averaging over 10 yards per carry. Good grief. Yeah, it's not going to pan out. It's one game. Don't want to overreact, but it's probably not going to pan out. Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that it was going to be that bad game one. Man, that's crazy. So we're going to get the phone lines opened up tonight, but I wanted to kick back and just talk a little bit and hang out with y'all and discuss the game. Show some things that I thought were pretty cool from the game, some clips and stuff like that. I'm just in shock, man. I'm in shock. Did you guys see this little celebration that Justin Scott and Carson Beck did at the end of the game? Did you see this floating around on Twitter, or did you notice it if you were at the game? This cracked me the heck up. It was so freaking funny, man. So, they got a little handshake going here. You heard all of the talks about unintelligent thugs and all that good stuff. You remember when Braxton Berrios scored the touchdown and he put his hands behind his back? They're doing a little handshake here, and then Scott is patting him down. How freaking funny is that? But, man, Carson Beck fits right in. Okay? Come on. Anybody who was doubting, this dude is a perfect fit for us. Yes, a perfect fit for us. Love that dude. But I also wanted to talk about a couple of things that I thought was pretty cool. Did anybody see this coming with Malachi Toney? We heard the talks about him being really good. We heard the rumblings at spring and fall camp and stuff, but I will not lie. I did not believe that he was going to be this electric, not game one. I didn't think this guy was going to win a starting
What
job.
do you call a horse call shorting on the field? FSU lol.
It just kind of blew my mind, man. It blew my mind. And this is just a small little clip. Receiver School says sell the drag, win the whip. This is so freaking clean, man. Remember, we're talking about some corners at Notre Dame that they spent the entire offseason hyping up. We're talking about first-round NFL draft picks. Remember that Malachi Toney is 17. And I remember Mario Cristobal did say, he said, we tried to keep that guy a secret, but it was only a matter of time. Look how nasty this is. Where are those elite Notre Dame corners? Look at this. Sell the drag. Just kidding. Crazy. This dude is going to be a problem. If he's doing that against Notre Dame, I mean, again, if we're talking about a team that's supposed to have these high caliber corners, we got a guy who's coming out there as a true freshman at 17 years old, breaking ankles and leaving these guys in the dust. Has a really, really, really exciting future at Miami. And I was going to go ahead and buy a jersey, but they have the wrong number for him. So they don't have him as number 10. So I want to kind of look into that and see if we can find one. Overview again of the stats before we open up the phone lines and stuff here. Still just very happy. Wanted to give myself some time to rewatch the game and then go back and look at the stats. Still just pretty darn happy. 332 yards of offense, 205 passing, 127 rushing. And really, I mean, we're looking at 37 rushing attempts and 31 passing attempts. We ran the ball a little bit more, but it was wet.
UNC
it makes sense.
fans left.
Oh my goodness, that's so embarrassing. What a terrible, terrible start. Wouldn't be us. Wouldn't be us. But again, we talk about the penalties that came flying in the second half. When I went back and saw this really did kind of piss me off quite a bit. When you have the Notre Dame players picking on JoJo Trader there. I do like that some guys come over there to try to break it up and back him up. But that's just pretty wild to me. Dragging dude by his face mask. No call. No penalty. Which is why we talked about that in the walking and venting, man. I didn't realize there were so many that were obvious like this. The ref is standing right there. Come on, man. And I really wouldn't care if they're saying that they're letting the guys play. You know, football's physical, it's violent, it gets chippy down there sometimes. People run their mouths. But, like, some of the stuff they were calling on Miami makes that look a little more ridiculous. And it just really felt like they were trying to give Notre Dame an opportunity to get back in it. And it really did feel that way. And I hate making the ref argument. Obviously, we won the game. You know, it doesn't help that, you know, we let them go on a little bit of a run. Maybe we did get a tad conservative with Shannon Dawson's play calling, but it's still kind of ridiculous, man. It was so obvious. I feel like it was so freaking obvious, man. I know I can't be alone in that. So I think we'll just go ahead and open up the phone line. I don't think we're going to waste any time tonight. I just want to get some raw reactions from the fans. Just call that number right there, 865-229-4131. Just tell me how you feel about that Notre Dame performance. Are you buying the hype? Let's be careful, man, because I saw all over social media, all the big sports networks. Guess what all the headlines were? I'll give you one guess. Anybody? Are the Miami Hurricanes finally back? Hello, America. The Canes might be back. The B word is getting tossed around left and right. One game at a time, man. We know that. We embrace that. It was a big, really good win against Notre Dame, but one game at a time. Bethune-Cookman coming up. Nobody's talking about being back other than the media. Right? Let's get the phone line open up. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from Canes fans. That's what's important tonight. And not just Canes fans. If you're a fan of an opposing team, you can call in and give your thoughts as well. Now, while I'm getting it opened up, you guys know that I'm super pumped about this. I got to tell you about Sleeper, the fantasy, sports, and game of skill app focused on bringing people together through sports and gaming. One of my favorite combos. It should be your go-to fantasy football app, period. Sports app, period. Honestly, you can go in and check live stats for the games. They have a real-time chat that you can participate in during games, so you can go in there and talk some smack, and people are spamming emojis back and forth at each other. And my favorite part, picks contest. Just make sure that you use code word COOP right there. Link is down in the description. They will match your first deposit up to $100. And it's available in over 25 different states. So click the link, check and see if you can get it. Shout out to Sleeper, man. Powering the phone lines tonight. We love Sleeper around here. Love those guys. And here they come. Here they come. Do you guys say the B word? Do you go around saying Miami is back? Honest question. Do you go around saying that? If you do, it's fine. And I'm going to ask Kyle that question right now. Kyle.
What's that?
Is Miami back?
I won't say like we're back in the sense of that I'm going to guarantee a national title.
Good answer.
Or a playoff.
Good answer.
You know. Yeah, I won't.
We don't
go
talk
that
like
far.
that. No, sir.
No, I mean, I would say like after just last night, we looked pretty good, I think, going forward, maybe for being an ACC title game. Just because the defense played a lot better.
They were flying all over the field, bro.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, compared to last season, it's like people said, it went from like a D or an F to like a B or an A, you know?
It was so nice because, we're talking about a Notre Dame team that they hyped up their offensive line. And, we were getting some pressure on CJ Carr. And that helped out the DBs a ton.
For sure, yeah. And when we did it when it mattered most at the end, for sure, like twice.
Ended the game with a sack, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Told some people was that like losing Bain last season, I felt when it happened was the thing that would really hurt us, and then getting him back would be the X factor for our defense too. And that definitely proved it last night.
Have you had any interactions with Notre Dame fans since the game?
No, but I have seen like all the smack they talk on Twitter and all the other weird takes that they have.
Refusing to face the music and look at the reality of the situation and being 0-1 going into a bye week to play the Texas A&M Aggies.
Ooh, yeah, I feel bad for them having to go back home and face Texas A&M. That's gonna be pretty tough.
I don't feel bad at all. Nope, absolutely
I
not.
don't feel bad. I don't feel hurt. Yeah, but I mean, like that's a pretty rough start though.
Man, I was so petty last night. I was up till 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was over on the Always Irish channel, and I did a collab with him. We did the preview. Every other comment, man, this Coop guy's not giving Jeremiah Love enough respect. Who's this pencil neck, meth head, inbred country boy thinking he can talk Miami football? He knows nothing about the Fighting Irish. And the icing on the cake, Kyle, we got the score exactly right.
Dude, I don't know how you even did that.
I went in there.
Is this the first time? I was gonna say, is this the first time you've ever guessed the score?
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to sound like some sort of badass, and that I get this right all the time. It took 9 years for that to happen.
Dang, I couldn't remember if you've ever guessed it right.
No, 9 years.
No, yeah, I didn't watch Always Irish this morning, but he came up on my feed, and I was hearing him like talking, and it just sounded like I like the guy's voice because he's kind of funny, but it sounded like he was kind of freaking out, spazzing out.
Yeah, and like he's fine. I gave him opportunities, to be like, hey, okay, let's talk about Carson Beck for a minute, and he was like, oh yeah, being real about it. It's just so many of those fans, like we were saying, it's like they were just trying to manifest it, and I'm like, take a step back for a second. If you want to embrace being a Notre Dame fan, it's fine, but can you give me a little respect? Nah. Carson Beck's trash, mediocre. Georgia didn't even want him anymore. They're happy to have him gone. Yeah. He's going to be so bad. It was just, it just feels so good, man. It feels so good. I've still been going at it with them today.
I was going to say, think about the narrative last year, though. We were in the same position. It was just a different team. Because I said last year, I was like, dude, I was so like the off season, but getting closer to the season where we knew we had Cam Moore, we were going to play Florida in Gainesville. And that's like all they were doing was just talking so much trash. It was just stupid. It was like you said, it was like they were trying to manifest stuff by like just talking about it, but it wasn't like, it didn't make any sense. And then after the game, it was even worse because it's like we went in, we beat the crap out of you, but you still come back out like, well, if we'd have had Lagway, or well, if we'd have done this, or well, if we'd have done that. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, and I know that I'm looking ahead a little bit, but something that we should definitely keep an eye on is Florida and USF playing this weekend.
For sure,
because that's in Gainesville. We have Bethune this week, but no disrespect, let's be honest, should be a bloodbath. Should be a bloodbath. Don't want to jinx anything. Not that I believe in that crap anyways. But this will give us a good idea because we play USF first, and you saw how Byron Brown was performing in their first game. We don't know what to think of Florida. They played the LIU Sharks, so we don't really know. But that'll be interesting to watch because one of those teams is going to have a loss, at least one when they go to play us, because they're playing each other. So,
have you really got to see USF or have you seen any? I haven't really watched like that game as far as like to see how they looked. I mean, I saw a little bit of it, but have you really noticed anything, Coop, that stands out as far as them being like any difficulty for us? Or
they look pretty decent. Yeah,
they do. Yeah, they look more improved.
They do.
That's all I can really tell. I haven't really been able to like, overall see what they're all about. But yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, Florida, definitely look out for them because second week, I mean, they just came playing a nobody. So it's like you always have to get up for every game every week.
Yeah, I mean, Byron Brown went 16 of 24 for 210, no touchdowns, no picks, but then he did rush 14 times for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we're going to have a dual. Well, we knew that right from before, but we're going to have a dual threat guy on our hands.
I'm glad we have him at home. And I'm glad the defense looks as good as they do. So, I mean, we could look at them right now and be like, well, they look more improved. But then again, when you come into our house, let's say a noon kickoff, and let's just say our defense is still playing the way they are. I don't know how good their O-line is, but they got to be ready for that D-line that we have. For sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and we just have to hope those guys, it applies to any team, but that they stay healthy. You know, it puts such a big smile on my face because, you know, Ruben Bain felt so good, 100%. And, you know, they talked about him shedding some pounds, and you could tell. I thought it was very apparent. Watching him come off of the line, that burst of speed and stuff, he was moving a bit different against Notre Dame.
Yeah. I was really worried about the secondary. That was the only thing I was worried about coming into the game. And I don't think they did that bad, but how did you feel about the secondary, Coop? Were you impressed with them?
I thought they did great, man. Really. I mean, obviously the big play that stands out is CJ Carr, you know, rolling out and extending the play, and everybody just kind of standing still watching the play unfold instead of actually being in the play. But these are things that can kind of be cleaned up and corrected. That was tough to watch, though, because that gave Notre Dame a touchdown. But overall, man, it's awesome to see how they kind of gel defensively, you know, together, because we knew those guys. We brought in some big-time names in there, but it was a big question. It's a new defense for them with Heatherman. It's a big-time game one, you know, but overall, pretty happy. Impressed. Guys on defense were, you know, swarming all around all over the place, getting to the ball. I'm happy with it, man. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, the only thing that, like, I didn't like was at the very beginning when it was like they just kind of ran an open field, and it kind of looked like the old thing of where it's like nobody's there, or if they are there, that they missed a tackle or whatever, you know, but other than that, that's for those like few plays that they did that and it was kind of looking bad. After that, they pretty much corrected it, and then we looked really good. I didn't worry after that.
Right.
So I did like that a lot. We just felt like a more complete team, like everyone said. And definitely, and for being the first week against even the Natty runner-up, you know, missing their quarterback from last year. I mean, they still had a good nucleus, and I think it was a really good, first win, good statement win.
Kyle,
sure.
You got any other closing thoughts before I let you head out of here?
Man, well, we're definitely going to beat Bethune pretty bad, and hopefully we take out South Florida pretty good, and then we got Florida and then FSU. So I'm just going to say, like, I think Florida is going to be I don't know if it's going to, I don't know. I hope we beat them. I hope we beat the crap out of them, of course. But I think Florida State's kind of worrisome, just kind of seeing what they did.
What if Florida loses to USF? Like, who would you guys rather see win, given that both are on the schedule? Both are non-conference games. Would you rather Florida win, or would you rather USF win? Thoughts, guys? Does it matter to you at all? You know, it's just funny because either way, again, one of them will have a loss. Now, Florida has to play LSU after that. So imagine if they were to lose to USF, LSU beat Clemson. Then what if they go into our game 1-2?
Yeah, I think that can go two different ways. Because let's say that happens, then do they come in at Miami and have something to prove, you know, and play us really down to the wire, or is it going to be like they come in and they're just like beaten and we just beat the crap out of them because we're just so much better than them, you know? It's just like that's kind of scary. I don't know if I want them to lose.
Most people in the chat said they want USF to win.
Yeah, I mean, it would be funny.
It would be
memes,
funny.
I mean,
yeah, it would be. It's almost worth it for the memes and to troll the Florida fans, man. It's almost worth it.
Coop, do you think our fan base is going to give up though the Carson's your twin thing, or
Gonna give up the what? Sorry.
Carson being your twin? Is that going to ever?
Good night,
go
Kyle.
away,
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling, Kyle.
Oh no! Come on. I'll sell on right.
I didn't hang up on you.
I know. I didn't think so. I was just making sure.
All right, bro. I appreciate
man.
you calling in, man. Looking forward to the shenanigans this week.
Although
Yeah, man, I'm
we
looking
beat a
forward to it
freshman
too. Hopefully, have a
QB,
great season.
He played really
Canes,
well.
man.
All right,
Announcers
peace, bro.
are ready to give him the Heisman. Our O beat their D period.
I was close, man. It was hovering over the hang up button. My man, Toxic Fart, coming in with the 499. Although saying we beat a freshman QB, he played really well. Announcers were ready to give him the Heisman. Our O beat their D, period. I also know way more about CJ Carr's mother than I would like. I know a whole lot more about her than I should. Also, DJ Canes 77. I appreciate you with the 2. He said UNC fans left. Also came through with the 5 as well. You and Toxic Fart on top. Appreciate y'all. I'll get you up there on top of the throne. Let's get it open back up. Give me a call. 865-229-4131. Bring that energy. Let me know what you thought about the Notre Dame game. Give me raw reaction. You can be honest. You can talk about some bad things too, or some things. If I had to ask you guys real quick, what would be, how do I word this? What would be the single most concerning thing that you saw in the Notre Dame game for Miami? And it can be that you're kind of nitpicking a little bit. Maybe you're trying to focus on being negative. Look at it with that lens. What would be the most concerning thing? It's tough, right? It's one game. So who truly is Notre Dame? But what would be maybe the most concerning thing for you? I'm trying to think. For me, that's a tough question. That's a really tough question. Again, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just kind of curious. What would we be worried? What needs to be cleaned up? Maybe that's a better way to put it. What do we need to clean up with this Bethune-Cookman game? This should be a warm-up game, right? So what does Miami need to focus on cleaning up in this one, in the Bethune-Cookman game, to make sure that they're ready to rock for USF? It was funny what Coop did, man. The referees had to hold him back. When Notre Dame, after they ran through the smoke, you're right. I have a picture of that somewhere. Where is it? I'm happy you brought that up. Man, I've got it somewhere. Who's got the picture of that? Let me see. You know, they talked about on that episode that Coop is the biggest trash talker on the team. Again, something about those Coop guys. I don't know how to explain it. And you remember what he did against Florida, right? That went viral, him standing out there walking out. This was him against Notre Dame. Balls of steel, my boy. He don't care. He wants all the smoke. He'll run his mouth and then he'll back it up on the field. That's right, man. Look at the ref coming in to step in. This dude over here is jawing it up. He'd take on all of them. It's like that Game of Thrones scene when Jon Snow's pulling out the sword. Here they come. He'll take them all on. He does not play. That was so freaking funny. Yep, but he knew, man. See, he knew. Not Umbreon, he knew. Play calling could be better. Too conservative. Playing conservative. Ooh, lack of tight end play. That's a good one. See the tight ends get more involved against Bethune. Yes. Yep. For sure. It's a warm-up game, so a good chance. Get these guys settled in. Melissa.
What up, Coop?
I would say I'm chilling, but I'm still wired. I'll be honest. I know you got to be because you were there in person.
I was there in person, yeah. We tailgated in about ankle-deep water for about half the tailgate, too.
Jeez. It's hard to tell on the broadcast, watching it on television. How much was it raining during the game? It looked like it was coming down pretty good in the first half, but it was tough to tell.
It was harder to tell during the game because we're under the roof. But, like, the tailgate or whatever, we were kind of in the corner of Blue Lot, and the water was draining down into our tailgate. And so we were in, like, it was monsooning. Like, it was, like, sideways rain. I hopped up on one of the tables on our tailgate so my shoes wouldn't get soaked. Like, we had random people just taking shelter with us under our tent because it just started pouring. There was no, like, warning drizzle. It was just, like, it went from cloudy to downpour in all of, like, a second.
It was interesting because everybody in the live chat was discussing who that would benefit more. Talking about the teams, right? Notre Dame or Miami. It was interesting to watch that game because with Jordan Love talking him up so much and to have, what do you have, 33 yards?
I mean, people were saying that, it's going to benefit Notre Dame because of their running back, forgetting that we have, like, a three-headed monster at running back. I think the rain benefited us because our D-line was able to ended up dominating their offensive line, and they couldn't get the run game going. The only rushing they really got is when Carr scrambled. And even Heatherman said it in his press conference today. They didn't expect Carr to run as much as he did. They didn't they didn't have a lot of film on him. He even said they were looking at, like, high school film for him. They weren't expecting him to run like he did. So the couple of breakdowns and coverage and some of the plays they got was just stuff that, it's hard to plan for a team, for a QB you've never played before.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, CJ Carr he had 11 carries, only for 16 yards, but they did have him run the football a bit.
He had some sacks that knocked off the rushing yards. But
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because, all the hype for Jeremiah Love, 10 carries for 33 yards, no touchdowns. And, they had talked about if we can't get the run game going, we'll at least make sure we get him the ball in the passing game. 4 receptions for 26 yards. He was kind of a non-factor, honestly.
I mean, they said that in 2017 about Notre Dame's run game, and their runner at that time didn't do anything either. So,
yeah, just straight up a non-factor.
It's amazing to me how the media played off the whole wide receiver inexperience, Beck coming off an injury, brand new defense, and nobody seemed to want to mention that, Notre Dame had 2 new, I believe both of their coordinators are new, and a true freshman QB. But you didn't hear about any of that in the media?
Yeah, but the way they were spinning the game was just so odd to me.
Yeah, I liked how we played. I think there was we were way too conservative with the lead in the second half. I agree with what people are saying. If you watched the presser today with Shannon Dawson, he talked about how when they got the ball back, when it was tied, the whole goal there was to run the clock and kick a field goal. He had said it almost sounded like he was tempted, like he had he air quoted a safe passing play, but even then with the wet ball, there had been like a drop on a previous play.
Right.
So they decided to run it instead on those 3 plays because they knew Notre Dame would only have a minute left. And if they could get 1 sack, that would knock off half the clock. And he was confident that our defense was going to get at least 1 sack. So he said once we got into field goal range, he was very confident with kicking it, that Davis had been kicking from like the 50 or 60 yard field goals. So he was confident with that. But yeah, before that, I mean, I don't know if you could see it on TV, but watching it, I was in the upper deck. So watching the halfway through the third quarter into the fourth, all of our corners were playing like 7-8 yards off the receivers, and we were giving up these 8-9 yard plays every time, and Notre Dame was moving the ball. And I was just like, where was the aggression from the first half?
Yeah, we were screaming at the TV during the stream. Yeah,
we weren't rushing as many because like Mesidor and Bain had no problem getting at the quarterback. That last attempted drive by Notre Dame. Like, what were we doing on these other drives? I thought the defense and the offensive play calls were too conservative. Like, we were playing to not lose instead of playing to win.
Yeah, and hopefully, Heatherman.
It was a different energy. It was a different energy in the first half compared to the second half.
Yeah, and hopefully defensively, Heatherman, that can be a learning experience for him, right? We get out of there with a win. It's a close one. Played good overall. We get a warm-up game against Bethune-Cookman, like we keep saying. So hopefully he can kind of adjust. And it's his first game with Miami, and expectations were through the roof. That was a big-time opponent. First live game for his guys and calling his defense. People kept saying, though, he needs to get something to cover his mouth. He kept just doing this. He was just putting his hand up. Did you see him? He kept throwing his hand up. He would start talking and saying something, then he would hurry and throw his hand over it. Need something to cover it up. Get him a sheet or something.
Get that guy a laminated play sheet.
Yeah.
A Waffle House menu.
Joel checking in here. I do want to let you know what he said. He said, my cleaning lady was so confused when she was doing laundry and found my hoodie girl hoodie. I had a lot of explaining to do.
He lost the bet. We bet on the game last year. Loser had to wear, if I won the bet, meaning Miami beat FSU, he had to buy a hoodie girl hoodie, and he has to wear it in a photo with me. And if FSU won and I lost the bet, then I had to buy an FSU hoodie and wear it in a photo with him.
He's going to lose a lot more bets this season. I hate to tell him. If it involves Miami. Melissa, you got any other thoughts before I let you get out of here?
Regarding your tight end comment about not seeing a lot of the tight ends, it's actually funny. Me and Vish were talking about it at halftime, and then one of the first plays was to Elijah Lofton. I don't think we saw a lot of the playbook. I think it was wet. We went to safer throws. We had a couple of downfield throws that were just missed that Carson overthrew a little bit, which I'm not mad at. Mm-hmm. I'd rather him overthrow it than underthrow it in that situation because there was no one over the top. That CJ Daniels insane catch.
Yeah.
He overthrew that, and we got lucky because that was a pick if the safety came up more.
Oh yeah, if you look at that picture, I don't have that angle right here. The Notre Dame guy is standing right there with his hands open, ready to catch it.
Yeah, he didn't come up on it. If he would have come up on it, he would have either intercepted it or knocked it away. I'm very happy with Carson's play. People were like, oh, only 200 yards, blah, blah, blah. But I think he did exactly what we need him to do. He didn't make any mistakes. There was no interceptions, no turnovers. He managed the game well. I would like to see our third down conversion be a little bit better. I think a lot of that percentage was low because of the second half, and we were just running the ball a lot and weren't converting. And then I think he found his Xavier Restrepo in Malachi Toney.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully when JoJo's healthy, we see more of him. But I really liked what I saw out of Malachi and CJ Daniels. I think Josh Moore is going to get more time. I like to see that. But yeah, I loved our trenches. I thought our offensive line played great. I thought the defensive line was great. I love the last series. They moved Mesidor inside, and they had Bain and Mesidor coming from the same side for that sack, which was absolutely insane. That's
unreal. That's got to be a terrifying matchup.
Yeah, but as far as the tight end thing, I don't think we've seen our whole playbook. I think because of the rain, I think some things were limited. I don't know how Tony was making those cuts he was making in the rain and not slipping.
True.
But I also think some receivers fell down on some of those plays where Carson had to throw it away or got sacked. I think there were some slip ups, but yeah. I think we'll see more from the tight ends. I just don't think we used their whole playbook because I think the weather affected Dawson's play calling.
Fair enough. I think that's a solid take.
As far as kickoff returns, the one kickoff return we did have, I wanted to cry because Marion cut and didn't just run straight into the coverage, and I haven't seen that in over a year, and I was really happy about that.
The whole week we kept saying, come on, Keelan Marion, come on, bro. You did it big at BYU. Come do your thing at Miami. And he's going to have a lot of opportunities.
As soon as the kickoff and he caught it at the goal line, Vish was next to me and he was like, oh my God, you can return that. You can return that. Take it. And he made his first cut and I was like, holy shit, go.
We need that. We need some excitement on special teams, man. I miss it.
I think we're going to have it, man. They had Tony returning punts, and to be the punt returner as a true freshman.
The trust.
That is so much trust from the coaches. you don't see that a lot because returning punts is hard. I don't care how good a receiver you are. Plus, with a wet ball, to have him out there returning punts, he had to have shown something in spring and summer ball because that you don't see that in college. You don't see true freshmen returning punts. That kid's special, and he's only 17.
Yep. Melissa,
All right,
I
I'll let
appreciate
someone
you
else
calling
get on
in, and I'm glad it was a win. I'm glad you. Do you have any kind of streak going for home games at all?
What do you mean, like my winning streak for home games?
Yeah, I didn't know if you had like you had the whole away thing with Cal.
I was at all the home games except FSU last year because I had the flu and we won all of those. And I also went to Cal and we won. So I was not in attendance. I haven't been in attendance for a loss since the year before.
Okay. Good.
And I'm going to Tallahassee and SMU, and I will be at Bethune, USF, and Florida.
Good deal. Hopefully all W's. Melissa, appreciate you calling in tonight. We'll see you throughout the week.
Have a good one.
All right,
Bye.
peace. What's up? We got Duck checking in. Where's the Notre Dame fan at? There was a Notre Dame fan who said they wanted to call into the show, and whoever that is has got some balls, man. I know we're talking about balls a lot this season, but there's a lot of balls to be talked about. And speaking of balls, again, can we clap it up for Carter Davis? People were mentioning it. It almost feels like Carter Davis got overshadowed by Carson Beck's debut as a Cane and the CJ Daniels catch and Malachi Toney popping off and the defense looking improved. This dude came out there and hit a 47-yard field goal to basically win the game. And we didn't even know who the starting kicker was going to be for us. Come on, man. Chicks Dig the Irish. That's what it is. Chicks Dig the Irish and BG. Would love to have Notre Dame fans call in. Drop your area code and I'll see if I can get you in here. That would be sick if we can get a Notre Dame fan in here. Who is it that was also kind of recruiting Toney? Do you guys remember? Was it Michigan or Texas? Somebody was trying to recruit Toney and then they kind of backed off a little bit. I bet they're regretting that big time. Was it Florida? What are y'all's area codes? Notre Dame fans. Drop your area code. Dude was 4 of 11 at FAU. May just needed a change of scenery. Okay, so look out for 574 Coop. How do you call in? It's open now. Just keep dialing it. It'll go to voicemail because people are hitting it up. It's no disrespect. I do want to see if I can get a Notre Dame fan in here. So give me just a second, guys. Let's see if we can get a Fighting Irish fan to speak on the game. Hold just a second. We're going to get to some phone calls tonight. Don't worry. 505. So a 505 and a 574. Okay. I'm looking out for y'all. 574, 505. Give me a call. This is going to be good. I don't know. They may not be crying. It might not be them. We'll see. Let me give them a call. Hold on. I'm going to call you. Chicks Dig the Irish. I'm giving you a call. I'm giving you a call, bro.
Please leave your message for
Chicks Dig the Irish. Let's see it. I know the show was, we're talking about Miami fans celebrating the win, but let's just see what a Notre Dame fan has to say. Oh, it was Bama recruiting Toney? I'll take Toney over Horton.
Please leave your
Who's with me?
message for
I'll take the 17-year-old star over Isaiah Horton. After what we saw, yeah. go transfer to Bama and take an L to Florida State. And then Miami's over here doing big things, taking down Notre Dame. Speaking of Notre Dame, is this Chicks Dig the Irish?
Yes, sir.
It is. All right, man. So talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a little bit going into the game. I wasn't part of the crowd that was anti-Beck. I thought he was a good quarterback, and I thought if Miami I gave him time to throw, that he would do good, and obviously he did. There's no complaints. Miami was a better team, and they beat us. It sucks.
I respect it. Own it up. That's all we ask. I do. Every fan is different. You go through a denial phase, then you know how it is, the stages, right? After you lose. And it's tough. It's tough to come on there and be like, all right, we lost. It's time to move on. We got to get better. And you guys really do have a tough one. You got to go into the bye week. It's going to be a whole week of possibly fighting Irish fans going back and forth about all these different things. And you got to play Texas A&M. Does it change your outlook on that game at all?
Yeah, it's a tough game. We beat them last year, so they're going to want to come into South Bend and want to beat us. And it sucks we have to wait 2 weeks for it. I think it's going to be a good game. Hopefully we win, because obviously we don't want to fall down 0-2. And I'm also a Notre Dame content a creator, so the fans are also going pretty wild over on my channel. And I make posts and all that, and yeah, they're pretty concerned right now.
So is that your channel name? Chicks Dig the Irish?
Yeah, I do shorts. And the funny thing is, I did a Notre Dame versus Miami prediction video, and I've been a long time a subscriber, 2 years actually. And the funniest thing is, I put your prediction first, and then obviously your prediction came right, so it was kind of funny.
I see it right there. I pulled up the channel. Hey, I'm giving you a sub, man. Look, we may not play super often, but you had the balls to come on here and call a Miami Hurricanes show after the L. We're not talking about talking trash before. Anybody can run their mouth before the game, but coming in here, man, into enemy territory after taking the loss, so I respect it, man. You earned a sub from me.
Yeah, man. I very much appreciate it. Good luck to your CANES, and Cool Irish.
All right, hey man, appreciate you calling in tonight.
Alrighty, bud. Thanks. Bye.
All right, peace. Hey, again, there are plenty of good Notre Dame fans out there. Plenty of good ones. Respect. I agree. It would be tough to go and call into a Notre Dame show if they had beat us. It'd be tough. One more check, though. I mean, we might have got this wrong. It might have should have been North Carolina down here. I don't know. It is what it is. We've already locked it in, so it's too late. That's pretty bad, though. It's a bad opening game for Bill Belichick. Let's open it back up. BG, I got it in there, man, if you want to try to call. Fix it, Coop. You want me to put Florida State up at the top. I know what you want, Joel. But remember what they said. They said it's not the same Bama. Remember? They said this is not the same Alabama. It's not Nick Saban's Alabama. Yo, who we got tonight?
What's up, Coop? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
First-time caller. So what's the YouTube username?
Cali Can Gang.
Oh, my goodness. I know exactly who this is.
So one thing I'm concerned about is the absence of Ray Joseph last night. What's up with Ray?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, is there something in practice that we're not seeing? Does Dawson not believe in him? I mean, the kid wasn't even returning kicks. like Hoodie Girl was saying, you had, Tony out there, which is cool and all, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little concerned about that.
I mean, not all these guys pan out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get that, but it's like he's not even given a chance.
Because when we're looking at, they'd release the depth chart, right before kickoff. We're taking a look at Gio's tweet here, where he had kind of broke it down. And when you look at the wide receiver position, what you had Marion, and then you have Daniels or Trader, and under that it's Carr or Upshaw. In the slot, it's Tony or Joseph there. I think just, is he going to see some play time? Is he getting beat out? I mean, because obviously we know what Tony's capable of. Now we do.
I mean, that boy got his grown man on last night for a 17-year-old boy, didn't he? But no, I think Ray's ghost after this season. I don't think we see much more of him. He's going to go to SMU and become an all-star.
Oh, mini you, huh? Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully he does see some snaps. Hopefully, I mean, Malachi Tony was popping off, so it's hard to kind of pull that guy out of the game very much when he's playing that well. But maybe, especially maybe Bethune-Cookman, maybe some of these other guys will see some, second-team guys come in, and maybe he'll get an opportunity. We'll see.
I hear that, but yeah, the defense, I'm loving it.
Right, even just the energy, man.
I like it.
Like, we can get down and get technical with it and stuff, but even just the energy from those guys, it looks and feels different, doesn't it?
D-line looked like a Miami D-line. Linebackers flying around. I love it.
Teray out there, man, was just throwing some blows.
I mean, he came in as advertised. They said he was going to be a tough kid from Rutgers, and boy, he didn't disappoint.
So is Miami back?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Don't answer that. I'm joking.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I love the show, man. I really appreciate it. I'm out here in California by myself, so I don't have many Canes fans. So it's nice to be able to watch the watch along and, feel like I'm at least enjoying it with my peoples.
Heck yeah. You know what it's about, man. It's family around here. And trust me, I know the name. You've been here for a long time. I appreciate you always hanging out with us, bro. Repping out in California. You know that ain't easy, guys. That ain't easy.
Man,
how often have you walked into a store and there's just Miami stuff everywhere? Probably not real often.
Not since the 90s, Coop.
Yep. All right, I appreciate you, Cali Cane Gang.
Man. Peace.
All right, peace. Yeah, he been on here for a minute. Ray will get his chance in a long season. Eventually, they are going to have to rotate. And if they had it as Tony or Ray, then we should see him at some point. It is just wild when you think about that. Like, Tony is probably just that good. Right? And I mean, we've only seen him in one game, but I'm just saying the dude was doing some crazy things. But it's crazy for him to come in and then beat somebody out like that as a 17-year-old true freshman. It's just crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's help him back up. Let's get some more reactions. Come on, give me some reactions to this game. Raw reactions to Miami, Notre Dame. Taylor, what's up?
What's up, bud? How you doing?
Hanging out, man. What about you?
I'm watching this horrible debut game by Belichick, so.
Yeah, I put that bad boy on record because I knew I would want to go back and watch it either way. If they shocked everybody and they were good, this looks brutal.
Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure TCU sold the first drive to make Belichick's first drive look good, and then it just went to straight avalanche mode because it's.
Oh no! Did they put in a different quarterback?
Yeah, the other guy he got hit pretty hard, and the ball flew out, and TCU scooped and scored, and then they just put in this other guy who was a traveler. So.
So did he
whatever.
get injured on the play, or did they just rotate in a new guy? Do you know?
Probably. I mean, it looked pretty bad, and anyway, it's not looking good for them. I mean, for all we know, TCU could be good, but probably not. It's just new year with a new team, so yeah. So, did you see? Obviously, congrats on the getting the score prediction right. I mean, I was praying I was legit 3 points off, and then freaking Notre Dame decides to kick a field goal, and I'm like, oh well, there goes any chance of me winning the $600.
A lot of people were close. Really, Melissa was within 1 point. There were many people that were close, and I do want to make it known I don't get the $600. That's the college football family's money.
I saw the video.
It was just cool to get after 9 years to finally get a score, perfect. I had never done that before, so it's just a cool feeling.
And it's against the team that you had your first big time in 2017.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a poetic justice, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So to answer your question, is Miami back? No. Not until Miami wins
Good
the
answer.
championship.
Good
and
answer.
then, until win an AC championship and a playoff game, then we can start actually having the conversation. Until then, no, we're not.
So what, you're telling me Notre Dame wasn't our Super Bowl?
No, man.
Okay.
Remember I told you, like, the ACC.
If that was our Super Bowl and the biggest game of the year.
ACC game this year is our Super Bowl. We have to go undefeated
Okay, fair.
in the ACC.
Fair.
That's what I want.
I like it. Yeah, man, it feels good to be 1-0, but again, you know how I am. Those November games.
How many times?
Them November games, bro. There's 5 of them. There's not 4 of them. There's 5 of them.
Yeah, and so far I'm looking at the ACC teams we play. Most of them are ranked, and I'm like, hey, keep that energy.
Yep.
Keep that energy.
Please.
USF, if you beat Florida, good, because then we'll see you next. And if Florida will beat USF, hopefully USF is ranked going into their game. So remember the rule, if you beat the team, you beat the team who they beat. Makes you look better.
Bingo.
We need more ranked teams to play. There you go.
Just like when we beat Florida State, that means we'll have beaten Bama. Sorry, go ahead. I just need to plug that in.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Bama, that's not Saban's Bama anymore. It's not. That team looked kind of disinterested in a way, but I think it's because they were getting blown off the ball.
Guys,
every play.
Is Florida State good or not? But it's not Saban's Bama, but okay, that quarterback's bad. Can we agree that quarterback looked pretty darn bad?
Bama's quarterback, I wouldn't say he's bad. I would say Bama's offensive line was heavily overrated going in. They were told that their defensive line was good. They were told their offensive line was good. Their offensive line could not set the line of scrimmage, and their defensive line got bullied. And I don't even know if Florida State's offensive line is good.
Or did Florida State just make them look that bad?
I think Florida State, remember, if anybody picked Florida State to actually win that game, they're probably lying to you, because Florida State's coming off
My wife did.
10 seasons. So
my wife did.
Yeah, I think they had more motivation. Plus, they played like they wanted it more. Do you notice that? Like, you can always look at a team and say, you know what? Who wants it more today? Like last night, like Miami wanted it more. I mean, we shut down the so-called best running back in the country, and his counterpart, we shut him down. Yes, did Carr look good? Yeah, he looked pretty good, I'm not going to lie. But prodigy-wise, what did I say was going to happen? Miami was going to kick it to him at the end, and he's not going to show that he can do it because our D-line is just nasty, dude.
Yeah,
our D-line is nasty.
I feel like Alabama walked in there thinking they were playing the 2-10 Florida State.
That's what I think, too.
Yeah.
And good segue, because this is the only concern that I saw from a defense. I mean, yeah, there were 2 coverage busts, which immediately gave me PTSD from last year, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening again. No, but the only thing that I will say that does have me worried, and this is going to go against mobile quarterbacks, is if we don't fix the rush lanes for our linebackers or defensive linemen on any type of read option or quarterback draw, we might be in trouble. But outside of that, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about anything else. Offensively, yeah, you could say the conservative play calling. I'll say we did not open up the playbook at all because of the weather, and we know Notre Dame's defense was elite. Well, until Tony put those dudes on skates.
Yeah.
So that dude's special, dude.
It just feels good because
as for Ray, he played a little bit, but let's be real. Tony came in and took his spot. So
yeah.
Ray's going to get some shine this week. He'll probably get some shine against USF. And as for Jordan Lyle, don't even play him this week. Let him rest, get his ankle right, because we saw what happened.
True.
To him. Looked a little scary, but he'll be okay.
It's nice
Beck,
because
Beck has like elite quarterback like rating defense levels. Like I saw some stuff from him. I was like, oh my god.
Didn't he look so calm?
Yeah, him and Cam, they have this calm ability. I'm not saying he's Cam, but when it comes to reading defenses and being cool in the pocket, they both have that. And it's like, okay, we're not going to get the crazy scoring or the running out of the pocket, running around, but we're going to get a true pocket passer who is like veteran level with massive experience. And I think that's what people have forgotten about this kid. And he's like I said, he took disrespect the entire time, and he's running off that for the rest of the year. So I hope he keeps doing that. But man, I hope Florida stays unbeaten. But I mean, well, either Florida or USF, I don't care. But I need Florida State to be unbeaten. So when we play them, it's going to be a big matchup. So
well said, man. I think it's nice because even Miami fans that want to try to look at it negatively, which there's nothing wrong with, probably feel like most of the issues that we saw seem like things that are fixable. It's not like we're hitting we won, but we're hitting the panic button because we have this issue and it's going to be a huge problem this season. Anything we had go on, it looked like minor things.
Yeah, I'd rather like us be complaining about stuff that's easily fixable than be complaining about stuff that's not getting fixed throughout the season like we saw last year with the defense. I mean, plain and simple. But as for the linebackers core, man, the home dude from Rutgers, I thought he killed Carr.
It's all right, man. Yeah.
The other guy, number 10, Popo, holy crap, dude. He's been sitting and waiting. He came on. I was like, yo, that dude is a stud too. I think like that's what we've been missing from our defense for such a long time was we haven't had those heat-seeking Jonathan Vilma, DJ Williams type of linebackers for a long time. I think we got them back. So we'll see going forward, though, man. But
Taylor, I appreciate you, bro.
Yep. Always, man. Always a good talk.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, bud. Have a good one.
All right. Peace. That's what we like to hear, man. That's what we like to hear. And I did it. Watching Carson Beck, man, it feels so good because, it's not like we went from Cam Ward to we're playing a guy that's a young dude that is, come out there and this guy's going to make some freshman mistakes. We have a veteran QB back there. New offense, yes. New receivers and tight ends, yes. But there's no way he was going to come out there and look lost. Look like a deer in the headlights. The dude's played a ton of football. But yeah, we'll try to get y'all in here. Straight Street 6. We'd like to get you in here. Lakers all day dope. We'll get it right back open up. Again, getting fan reactions. Notre Dame, Miami, doesn't matter what team you root for. Just trying to get some fan reactions. We'll stay live for another 15, 20 minutes. We're not going to push this stream super long. I know most of y'all got work tomorrow. I get it. I know. We're just trying to get some reactions, though. Get a vibe check. Get a feel for the game. I do want to give a shout out to DJ Canes and Toxic Fart up there on top of the board with the big 5. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Let's get it up and back up. If it isn't a Florida State fan.
Hey, are my AirPods working, by the way?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Good. Put some hearts on. I got rained on at the Alabama game to explain that. Quick Notre Dame take for you.
I have bad news for you.
What?
They're not working anymore.
Right. There, is this better?
Yep, much better.
Oh, normal phone. Dadgummit. All right.
You sound like you're underwater, if I'm being honest. When you were using the AirPods.
Oh, they had
Hello? Hello? And we lost him. Rips for Nick. 954, who we got?
What's up? What's up, Coach? Who this? It's like it's all day, man. What's up?
What's up? We got you in here, bro.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
1-0. Can I really complain, bro? Nobody's beat us yet.
No, you're right, Coach. You right. But hey, Coach Coop, let me ask you a question, right? What grade do you give our defense?
Just overall?
Yeah, just by, you know what I'm saying, like first quarter all the way through the fourth quarter. What grade do you give us?
Now what's tough is, it's the first game.
Mm-hmm.
It's against a team that should be pretty good, who I do think bounces back. I think Notre Dame has a pretty good team. A B?
Mm.
Is that too generous?
I mean, yeah, I think it is because listen, bro. I love my lake. I love my Hurricanes just like you. But why do we have number one in coverage, the linebacker number one? Why do we have him in coverage? First, then second of all, when Notre Dame was first and goal, right, and when their quarterback ran up the middle for the touchdown, why do we have Popo is the only linebacker that's right in the middle trying to stop the quarterback? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't give our defense B plus or something like that. I give them like probably a B minus because like we played a great game all the way through the first two quarters, and then we just let the gas until we just low key let off the gas. I know we was tired and everything like that, but we cannot have these lapses where we are having a linebacker in coverage trying to guard a tight end, and the tight end is wide freaking open. You know what I'm saying? And then you have a quarterback that can run the ball. I mean, obviously he didn't run that much, but he did for his team. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to play DJ Larry, you're going to play, the FSU quarterback. They both like running the ball. So we're going to have to clear that up because why was our linebackers in space for? We need to be right there where they're freaking, you know what I'm saying, over the ball. Why do we have our linebackers in space? You know what I'm saying? And we played zone. Bro, our zone defense is not good.
Now, it was tough to watch them when we continued to let them just kind of when I'm trying to remember at what point in the game that was. When we were just giving up play after play, just 3, 4, 5 yards, picking up some yards. That was when they were on that comeback a little bit, when they were down 14.
Yeah, because guess what? We was playing freaking zone defense, and we had the linebackers guarding the tight end, and we had probably one linebacker that was in the middle. That's it. If you go back and watch the play, the linebacker is guarding the tight end the whole third, fourth quarter.
Now, to be fair, just trying to look at both sides of it, if Notre Dame is a pretty darn good football team.
No, yes, they are. Trust me, they are. They're a good team, but we can't have these lapses where our zone defense is bad, because like we have to play Florida State, right? And those are the two, and freaking Louisville. So those are the three games that we have to worry about, because they have top-notch players, just like we have top-notch players. But if our zone defense is bad and we are trying to play man-to-man, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get the defense right too, because didn't we bring this freaking defense coordinator in here to play great to coach these freaking defensive players?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like if like low key, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we want to be, go far in a national champion, like go to a national championship and be in the playoffs, we have to be great at zone defense and man-to-man defense. You can't just be good at man-to-man and not be good at zones. You know what I'm saying? And we have to low-key stop this freaking running the quarterback. We have to get to the quarterback.
Now they will have to be ready for the more mobile quarterbacks. They said Lagway, Castellanos, and some of these guys, Brown coming up on the schedule for sure. But thankfully, I do feel like a lot of these things are issues that can be addressed. And I think when you factor in week 1 against a pretty good Notre Dame team, I understand where you're coming from, though, for sure.
Yeah, because so like for us to be better, Coop, I understand this is week 1 game, but we should have put up more points too at the end. We should have put up more points. You know what I'm saying? We should have never let them come back. And we know that the refs probably gave them some points or whatever, but we still could have got more points than what we had in the fourth quarter and the third quarter and the second quarter, because we was doing it. But it's just, I feel like our defense was on the fence a little bit too, because I feel like we were tired, because we freaking ran the ball on first thing. We freaking ran the ball 1, 2, or 3, or we ran the ball up the middle. And and that's another thing. Why are we running the ball up the middle so much? Can't somebody just cut Loki on the freaking outside? Like, why are we keep on running up the middle for? Like, that's a problem too. I'm not just saying just the defense, but I mean, we got to be better on all levels of offense and defense if we want to go to the playoffs and championship.
That's fair. And I understand the mindset of wanting to or to have high expectations, right?
You have to, Coop. You have to, Coop, because you know what I'm saying. Like, look, okay. I'll say, look, we are fans, right? We have high expectations, right? But guess what? Other colleges, other fans have a high expectation for their team too, right? So we need to have that mindset, and the players need to have that mindset, and the coaches. So you know what I'm saying, championship. Because guess what? If you have that mindset and you have that goal, then we need to play like it. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see all these Alabama go to the championship, or Georgia, because guess what? They have that mindset that their only goal is national championship. It's not ACC play. It's not playoffs. It's national championship or bust. That's how I see it. But that's how we need to be thinking from now until the end of the season. You feel me, Coop?
I mean, maybe I'm not being harsh enough with it. I mean, you guys tell me in the chat. How do you feel? That's what the whole point of this was to let people just come in here and let it rip and tell me how you feel, good or bad.
How do you feel though, Coop? Like, saying, like, are you like on the fence with, with everything that you saw yesterday, or like you're kind of like just even you low-key want to see how we do against Louisville, Florida State, and Florida?
Man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know if it's just because I can't seem to get last year out of my mind and what this thing looked like with Lance Guidry running the defense. But I just walked away feeling pretty good about it. I'll be honest with you.
Are you saying just for the defensive sake or the offense too?
Both, really. And that doesn't mean that I think it was perfect, right? I'm not getting over here giving them an A+. I'm not pretending like there weren't issues on both sides of the ball. And, at times when it could have been called a little better from Heatherman. And, there were times with Dawson where people say that, maybe that's part of the plan, running the ball a lot, but I do feel like maybe he could have changed it up a bit, not being quite as conservative. I do think that offensively, they probably weren't, well, they weren't, of course, but expecting Jordan Lyle to go down. I don't know if maybe that would have changed the run game slightly if, Fletcher and Brown, if it would have been Fletcher and Lyle instead, if maybe they had to make some adjustments there based on their running styles. But I'm just kind of assuming, right? I don't know for sure. But I agree with you, though, as far as like the bar's got to be set high. There needs to be, no exceptions for, things going wrong and guys taking whatever. What I'm saying is, I agree with you on that part. Maybe I'm just not being harsh enough, but I walked away feeling pretty good. I did.
Yeah, but that's why I give it probably like a C for on both sides of the ball, because if we want to be great like these other colleges and these other teams, right? We need to play like it. We can't be having these lapses in the third and fourth quarter where, these teams like Notre Dame come back on us, and then,
But I'm guessing you do agree it is a step up from what we were working with last year, speaking on the defense, right?
Yes.
You sounded hesitant.
It's just, for me, bro, it's just like, I like defense, right?
Yeah.
I love defense, actually. It's just that, I just know what we can do, on the D line, but the secondary, that's my problem. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we played great in the secondary, but it's like the zone defense, it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I don't know about you, but I might have to see how we play against Florida on defense.
Yeah, to be fair, it is game one. So they're going to go back and look at the film. They can practice, but it was finally a live game. And then, Bethune is kind of probably hard to judge, right?
Yeah.
But then when you play USF, Florida, you can kind of see what adjustments were made and kind of go from there.
Yeah, but okay, Coach Coop, before I go, why did we have Jordan Lyles in the first quarter game? Where was Fletcher? Why wasn't he playing the first the first drive or the first couple drives?
That's tough to say. I feel like people have thought for a while that it's no disrespect to Fletcher. Obviously, he played pretty well. But I think Lyles, maybe you're more complete back. And, maybe there was something specifically that they saw when watching the film with Notre Dame. They thought they could expose by having Lyle in there over Fletcher.
Yeah.
And we don't know, if he wouldn't have went out, what the plan would have been as far as with sharing the snaps and stuff. So it's tough to say for sure, I would say. But I would be confident in both of those guys. I'm a huge Fletcher fan. I'm a huge Jordan Lyle fan. And that dang Brown out there looked like a dang ping pong ball. He was just bouncing off of dudes and just kept moving. Yeah. So I like those guys, but that's the only thing I can think of. It's tough to say.
Yeah, it is cool. Well, cool. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying, I'll let you go. I'll be listening there, man. And let's go Canes.
All right. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
All right. Peace. And you guys are right. They did say it's running back by committee. I believe, even on the depth chart, it's Fletcher or Lyle. But they chose to kind of open up with Lyle, and he pretty much played that whole first possession, right? But then I definitely think they'll rotate some guys in for sure. That's the plan. Lakers, I appreciate you calling in, bro. Final score here. TCU 48, North Carolina 14. See, guys, it could be worse. We could be 0-1. We could be 0-1, man, but we're not. Let's open it back up. I'm going to take one or two more, and then we'll probably call it short stream tonight. Just felt like hanging out with the family. And remember, guys, all opinions are welcome. It doesn't have, people don't have to be positive. They can come in here and nitpick or whatever they want. I'm open to whatever. 954, who we got?
Hey, Coop, how's it going?
What's up? It's going pretty good, man. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great right now, man. Excited about the win over Notre Dame.
Do you mind in the background? Can you turn the stream down a little bit? I hear an echo.
That's sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah, so the funny thing is I'm actually in Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right, like you live there or?
No, I'm actually visiting my parents there, and I'm walking around the streets with a Hurricanes jersey on.
There you go. Has anybody gave you any nasty looks?
Well, yeah, Coop, they gave me a lot of nasty looks, which is funny because...
You got any middle fingers thrown at you?
Oh, middle fingers, everything, man, trust me. And, but it's okay. Like I said, we got the victory. That's all that's important. And like you said, it's one game, so I'm focusing on Bethune-Cookman. I know it's going to be a cakewalk, but, I like to take it one game at a time.
Fair. So you think Miami looks pretty good this year?
Oh, absolutely, I do. But like I said, like I said, you said it I believe you said in the previous video. It's going to come down to that November stretch. Like I said, we always do good the first time, but that November stretch is what really hurts us.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for Miami to start out hot, go out, beat some, some ranked teams, some out of conference teams. If you look at Mario Cristobal's record, he's lost quite a few games to unranked opponents. Again, specifically in November. I hate to keep harping on it, but it's true. So it's one of those things that's what, I'm like, hey man, I did my season prediction. We'll handle Notre Dame. We'll take it to Florida again. They're overrated. We get to November. The deeper we get into November, the more nervous I get.
Well, I can understand because, it's every game for me is nervous. I don't care how low you are or how high you rank any given Saturday to me. But like I said, we got Bethune-Cookman next. I feel pretty confident that's a victory. But then you move on to South Florida with Byram and DJ Lagway. So I think those two are going to be really tough, especially if they both go in ranked. But like I said, I'm interested to watch that South Florida game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see which one of those, if, again, Florida's going to have a loss or USF or Florida has two. Definitely watching the USF Florida game.
And here's the kicker. Like I said, I'm a longtime subscriber, big fan. My wife, I married about a year ago, and Florida State fan since she was 6 years old. So you can imagine the camaraderie in our house during that game.
How long have you been together?
7.5 years.
This is what it takes.
And you've not been able to convert?
I can't. I tried to, Coop.
Thanks
I can't.
for the late night.
She refuses.
Go Canes.
The whole week we never speak to each other of the game.
You're sure you tried as hard? You've tried as hard as you can.
Coop, I've tried, man. For my birthday, which was for my birthday last year, she came home. She got me a present. It was a Florida State jersey. I'm like, you're seriously kidding me, right?
Anybody who willingly goes out and gets a Florida State jersey, it's tough for me to,
Well, I
process.
I put it on my I put it on my truck, and I put it on my truck and wear it as a flag.
Man, no, that's tough. That's gonna be a big game this year. I hope that Florida State keeps winning and we keep winning, and that game's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to Tallahassee. I've already got the tickets too. So, like I said, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy game. But like I said, I just hope we stay undefeated, until that game. But like I said, this is the year. I mean, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I think this is the year we finally got to actually see if we can win an ACC championship because all the years of coming up short. I mean, starting to catch up.
It's got to be now, man. Feels like we say it every year, but I think it's got to be now. You don't know next year. I don't know we have some quarterbacks coming up. Maybe if Coleman sticks, we got Luke Nickel on the roster, but we know for sure what we have right now, and that's a veteran QB who's won a lot of football games, and we have a defense that I'm hoping gets better and better each and every week. It's got to make a run. I'm talking ACC championship game.
Yeah,
got to
like
do
I said,
it.
Of course, the defense is looking. I love the defense. Especially that last drive how they tightened up, coming off the edge with just not giving CJ Carr any time after that one completion. Like I said, keep one game at a time. But like you said on one of your videos, that November stretch is going to be really tough.
Yeah, and hopefully we can continue to force some turnovers too. You notice a lot of guys really, stripping, ripping at the ball, putting the crown of the helmet on the football. We were able to force some fumbles. At least one of them. I can't remember. Was the second one? Did he just drop it, or did somebody knock that out? I'm trying to remember. The one that they recovered.
The goal line. I think it's supposed to be a pull, but I think he just dropped it.
That's what it was. So we forced one of them, and then we had the pick. Yeah. That's
correct. Yeah. But like I said, the one that gives me the greatest trouble is the one you talked about, that game against Virginia Tech up in Blacksburg. I think it's a Friday night game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's Louisville, actually.
Oh, well, no, Virginia Tech is the one that scares me. That's the one I have marked down as maybe us not winning.
Yeah. Fair enough. You and me both.
But like I said, I mean, like I said, for all the people who disrespected Carson Beck, like I said, he's been a proven starter at Georgia, and I was really happy that he actually came to Miami for the right price, of course. But like I said, we got this first victory. Like I said, just got to keep it going. Bethune, USF, and Florida.
One game at a time, man. I think the Canes are going to be in the ACC championship game. Been saying it all off season, so I think
we got to win it, though. We've come up short so many times.
Shoot, I mean, I hope they win it, but heck, let's just even get there. For me, man.
Absolutely. But like I said, I always go to one away game a year, like I went to Berkeley last year. But the one game I'm thinking about going to this year is the one in Dallas against SMU.
I agree, man. That'll be a good one.
Yeah. So like I said, one game, one game at a time, and like I said, just excited for what's happening in the season.
Heck yeah, man. I like the positive energy. Like we said, we hope that it is truly a cupcake this week. We get to see some guys come in and, 2s and 3s and get some snaps and get some experience in a live game. And hopefully that's what we get. Just, again, a clean up game. Work on some things, test some stuff, before we take on USF. That's the hope.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, Coop, I'm trying to work on changing my wife to UM, but like I said, she's
Don't give up. So, don't give up.
So like I said, in our household for that week, it's very quiet.
Personally,
both of us.
I have witnessed Florida State fans converting, so I can confidently tell you it is possible. So don't give up. Like stay strong. Just keep at it, man. Just keep chipping away at it.
Exactly. I think I'm starting to break the exterior just a little bit.
Good deal. Just keep at it, man. And if all else fails, in the back pocket, you've always got divorce, So thank you very much for calling, my friend. I appreciate you. I'll be seeing you this week. All right?
All right. Take it easy. Have a good night.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
What are y'all doing marrying Florida State fans? I saw 2 or 3 people say, I know what he's talking about. My wife's a Florida State fan. You're telling me you knew that before you got married? Is it a Clemson fan? I don't know how you guys do it. Stronger than me. Mr. Brandon, I know you got some things to say, bro.
You doing all right?
I'm doing better than ever, if I'm being honest.
I can't do this with Dawson again this year.
Go ahead. The floor is yours. I'm ready.
I don't understand why he wants to play a close game as soon as he gets a lead. I don't understand why he wants to put our quarterbacks in the position to have to make a mistake. It makes absolutely no sense.
Now, are these two separate things? Are you talking about him running the ball a lot late in the game? And you're talking about the quarterback with putting him in a position. Can you elaborate?
You go completely conservative, and then you make it a 24-24 game. What if in the event Carson Beck did try to make a play and threw an interception, and it was a pick-six?
I got you.
What conversation are you having now?
Letting them get back in it, possibly due to being conservative, not racking up more points, and then maybe Carson has to force something due to trying to be the hero or make something happen and win the game.
We don't have Cam Moore back there to score 55 points a game. What do you do? Because the way I see it is, this has been, 3 years now with Dawson?
Are we in year 3? I think we're in year 3, right?
So for 3 years, we've got the same thing, and I've said it. I said it all last year. You fire Shannon Dawson. If he can't keep running his offense,
what?
A comfortable lead, I'd fire him.
When?
I said it last year. I said it last year with Cam Ward. Why are you making Cam Ward have to score 55 points a game? Cal, for instance, we was running our offense, everything was good, and then he starts. He wants to run the ball for whatever reason every game in the second half.
Wait, so you would have fired Dawson after last year?
I would have last year. That's just my honest opinion. If you get the same result every year, every game, because he's too scared. Okay, let's put it this way: did our offensive coordinators back in 2000, 2001, 2002, did they care to put up 63 points against you?
But I mean, like, that's like the game's
You're
a lot
in a prime
different.
time game.
It's
You're in a prime time game with a 14-point lead against the number 6 team in the nation. You put as many points on the board as you can. You don't give the playoff committee any reason to say we don't know because it was too close to call. If you go out there and you beat them 48-21, understood. But you got a 14-point lead. You run the ball for a quarter and 3 quarters, and now it's 24-24. I'm just trying to find out when we're going to get an offensive coordinator who can drop his nuts and put points on the board.
Now,
but it ain't solely on the offense, though, because I got some things to say about our linebackers, too.
Let it rip. I'm ready.
First and foremost,
I'm just still trying to process the firing Dawson thing because there are some things that I don't like about him, but I think the good very much outweighs the bad.
Let me ask you this question. You've got it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6. Malachi Tony has 8 his defender alive all night long. Why'd you not run the little in and out to the corner right there, just a little 5-yard in and out, let him put the move on and get yards? No, you want to stand back there at 3rd and 6 and run it right up the middle and then go punt the football. We're not in here for him to be like, oh, I'm conservative. We're here to put points on the board and win football games. We don't want to have a conversation of what would have been if. You don't have that conversation if he does what he's supposed to do and put points on the board. It's their job to stop you.
What was your comment on the linebackers? I'm curious.
Why, if our defensive ends were not as good as they were, it would have been a long night. Torre, yeah, he had some good hits. He was completely lost in any type of coverage. I don't know who number 10 is and why he keeps running to the sideline every time the ball snapped, he would just slide out. And that's why their quarterback, had he started doing in the first quarter what he did in the third and fourth quarter, he had over 100 yards rushing. And if our linebackers don't get fixed, it'll be a long night against a dual threat quarterback.
Now, it will be interesting to see how we handle it. We keep talking about that. We're going to see Byron Brown, assuming they can keep that man alive between now and then. It will be interesting to watch. I don't know. Maybe am I fanning too hard this year? Do I have the orange and green glasses on, guys?
It's like I said, I've been a Miami Hurricane fan since I was 2 years old, sitting in Jacksonville, Florida with my grandfather. And it's like my grandfather used to say, and I used to ask him when I was 5 and 6 years old, I said, that's a lot of points. He said, that's what a real coach does. They put points on the board and make you stop them. If you can't, we're going to keep scoring. But you cannot put your defense in a position. Why would you go back to putting your defense in a position knowing what happened last year? And knowing that they're finding success running it up the middle with these quarterback draws and stuff, why would you put your defense in a position to, God forbid, if had a fumble occurred, interception occurred, why would you put your defense back in the same position they ended on last year? You're going to call on them one more time. Eventually, one more time is going to cost you a football game. And it might be the one that you don't want to lose.
I
mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Coop. We're both football guys.
I'll be honest. I this kind of threw me off. This was a little bit unexpected. I'll be real.
Why did Torrey not go with his man down the field? Why was the tight end running wide open? It could have been that right there with a turnover that could have costed the game. Because our offensive coordinator will not grow a pair and put points on the board like he's supposed to. And that's the bottom line to it. If we get a 2-touchdown lead on Florida or Florida State, what are you going to do if he takes his foot off the gas in and he costs you a game against Florida or Florida State?
BIY this color a beer.
This is what it takes.
And then what if you get into a conversation kind of like last year, and it's you and Florida or you and Florida State looking at a playoff bid, and they have to factor in that head-to-head matchup.
But now also, to be fair, at some point I feel like there's going to be some busted coverage, or there's going to be something that happens, and we could play the what-if game.
Do you think if Notre Dame had an extra minute on the clock that they could have kicked the field goal?
But I don't know. But the thing is, there wasn't though. So I mean, it's another
my point.
What if situation scenario, right?
But we got 2 games coming up. Lagway can run it. Castellanos can run it. There's Byron Brown can run it. What C.J. Carr can't do, they can. If you don't fix it now and you don't put points on the board like you're supposed to in the third and the beginning of the fourth quarter and you build that lead, it's going to bite us in the ass. That's what's going to happen. And then I'm going to be more irate when I call in the next time because I'll have to revert back to this as we should have put points on the board like we were supposed to instead of him wanting to just run up the middle for 2 quarters. Carson Beck's not a bad quarterback. I mean, now he's 25-3 for a reason.
Yeah, we can agree on that for sure. Carson Beck's still a good quarterback. Yeah.
Why not let him sling it all the way to the middle of the fourth quarter, build your lead, and then say, okay, we're up by 21. Now we're going to start eating the clock. We're up by 28. We're going to eat the clock.
Now, there were times, I will agree. I mean, even if you roll back and look at the stream, there were times where I was saying, come on, like, let's be a little less conservative here.
I watched every bit of it.
Okay, that's right. You're there, yeah. Then it's weird though, because like there's watching it live, and then I go back and usually watch it again when I'm not as distracted. And just being honest, just so I can just sit down and just watch it and focus on it. And I do understand a little more of a run heavy game as far as with the weather, and guys were kind of slipping around a little bit, and Miami was having success, kind of bullying them a bit up front. I would like to see them kick it out, run outside a little bit more often here and there. I don't know, man. I just feel like, and yeah, I know you can take it. Right, we go back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's a bit of an overreaction, but we'll see. We'll see.
I said it last year. If you go back and look at the stream last year, I said it last year when he didn't do it. It's like I said, because he's going to be the reason it's going to cost us a season. Let me ask you a question. Syracuse, for instance. You got a 21-point lead, and you got to run in the football. Look what happened. You gave them every opportunity in the world to get back in the game and take it from you, and they did.
But even so, I mean, I still feel like the blame is more so on the defense there, right? In that game, Syracuse.
It could have been, but at the same time, you ran the ball for 2 quarters. You wouldn't have had to worry about blowing a 21-point lead. If you continue to run your offense, if they score and you score, the score goes back to 21. If they score and you kick a field goal, it goes to what, 17, 18? You have to keep a lead. You can't just sit and punt and punt and punt and punt and punt and then say, oh, it's a tie game. We got to run our offense again. You can't do it.
This is what it takes to wear the U.
Because eventually it's going to sneak up and it's going to bite you.
My eardrums are bleeding. Raising hands, light skin tone.
Yeah,
Raising
guys,
hands,
we don't.
light skin tone. Raising hands,
I
light
love
skin
these
tone,
combos
raising
though.
hands,
I like
light
getting,
skin tone, raising hands,
everybody
light
has
skin tone,
their
raising hands, light skin tone, raising
their point of
hands,
view.
light skin tone, raising
Right?
hands, light skin tone, raising hands, light skin tone, raising hands,
We'll
light
see.
skin
We'll
tone,
see.
raising
I
hands,
just-
light
but-
skin tone.
If we didn't have Bain and Mesidor putting all that pressure on,
But they do have Bain and Mesidor though.
that's what I'm saying. But like I said, for say they get tired and have to go out for 2 plays, do you not think that they're going to utilize that knowing that our linebackers are lost? It's like I said, it takes 1 play to change the game. And if your linebackers can't, if they can't cover, then you're going to need to go with 1 less linebacker and an extra D-back. You're just going to have to. You got to have somebody. And as far as the offense, like I said, you've got it 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. You just went to Elijah Lofton for a 15-yard gain. You watch the safeties creep up all night long. They're crowding Tony. They're going into a box on defense on the perimeter. The middle of the field was wide open. Why not just send Elijah Lofton right down the middle of the field?
We'll revisit this conversation, and we'll see how we feel in a couple weeks. I think it's the first game. New defensive coordinator. It was weather. I want to revisit this, and I want to have another talk with you later in the season, and let's see where we're at.
That'll work. But on a good note, at least I'm not a Florida State fan like my brother or an Alabama fan like my wife.
You guys, you're telling me that being a Miami fan is not the requirement when it comes to marriage? Unbelievable. All right, Brandon, I
didn't
appreciate
know that.
you.
I didn't know that at the time of marriage.
How?
Well, she never told me she watched football until afterwards.
Brandon, I appreciate you calling in tonight.
All right, bro.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, zip, man.
All right, peace. I can't agree with you on that one, Brandon. I can't. I just feel like there's just like there's nothing wrong with nitpicking, right? So if we pull up every play, we run it in slow motion, we look at where's this guy. I feel like you're going to be able to pick out some mistakes on just about every play. I feel like at the end of the day, not trying to sugarcoat it, they did win the game. It was Heatherman's first game as Miami's defensive coordinator. I think they looked a heck of a lot better than they did last season. There were times where I was upset with Dawson and a little bit of the play calling maybe being a bit conservative. There is also a counter argument there for the way that he called that game, even in the second half. Firing Dawson after, like, I know we had Cam Ward, but like that's kind of the point. You could there places Cam Ward could have went, and he didn't play very well if the offensive coordinator hadn't called the game in a way to help him out. And firing after having basically the number one offense in the country, and then having a bunch of what ifs, and if that player's not there, then we look. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not with you on that one. I'm not with you on that one. We'll revisit it and we'll see. Miami's defense was playing quite a bit better, and Melissa, thank you very much for the 2. Now I know Brandon, he's a Canes fan. He is. I can promise you, he's a Canes fan. Eric Birch, appreciate the 2. Now people are chomping at the bit to get in here. Now everybody's foaming at the mouth, huh? We'll take a couple more and then we'll call it for real. I got to get to work on this Bethune-Cookman preview. I've not even started yet. $803, who we got?
Coop, Street.
The Straight Street 6?
Yes, sir.
Bro, wait, hold on. You've called in before, right?
No, I've not called in. I've tried to call in, but I've not made it.
What? Okay. Because I thought that I would have had your number saved, because you've been here, it feels like forever. So
many years.
I'm going to write your phone number down. Aria, what do you want to talk about? Are you wanting to reply to Brandon? Or...
Well, I do got a little bit on that. Like,
okay.
My biggest thing with that whole issue of, we made so many mistakes, like our mistakes were obvious. Like everybody could call out Miami mistakes, blown coverages, standing there. Like we can fix that. We weren't getting beat by Notre Dame. So that shows good against any other defense we play all year, just for the simple fact of we competed all game, even though, yes, coaching was stagnant in certain parts, but we played the important areas. We're trying to hold the playbook back because literally the beginning of the season, if we find things that work in that game, we stuck with it. That's why Tony got a lot, why Fletcher was on once Lyle. That's why we stayed in the middle. We didn't go around on the side with swings because Lyle is our speed guy. And Fletcher is your third down, third goal, push it forward guy. And
I feel like that threw a
we're
kink
not going
in
to take
it.
a chance.
Yeah, I think that definitely threw a bit of a kink in the game plan when it had to be Brown over.
Like coaches realize
over
the game plan needs to change when people aren't in. Like even the JoJo got dinged up a little bit, like right there at the beginning of the game, so he didn't get to play as much. So like people want to jump to conclusions on why people aren't playing or why we're doing this. You got to look at it from a coaching perspective. That's what I try to do. I literally try to look at all perspectives before I really get into any type of accusations or jump into conclusions. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And just another note, this team is looking like your late 90s, early 2000s. Like we are in the trenches, going to push people around, and got skilled players on the outside. We paid a lot of money for our defense. They're skilled players. The thing we've got to understand is literally from Brad Kaya to now, maybe even go where 2017, we had skilled players, but we never had the trenches.
Yeah.
So when you had somebody make a good play, yeah, it looked good, but then we get beat 2 or 3 plays in a row because we just didn't have substantial depth or big guys anymore. Or we got destroyed through probably 3 generations of college players before we actually started recruiting again, probably 2014. So we're finally getting back on the 5-star, 4-star recruiting. Now the transfer portal's in play. We know how to find good players where we need them, and Mario's been building this thing from inside out. And you can see it. It's literally coming to fruition. His players he started when he got here are coming out, showing the development, and then he's filling the gaps in the transfer portal, which is what you need to do. He knows how to do this. And Nick Saban has said it before, like, Mario used to recruit for him. He would sit back and let this man talk for him at people's houses. In my opinion, that's why Nick Saban left, because Mario Cristobal was coming home and he was going to bring South Florida teams or players back to South Florida. And Nick Saban was losing players, not just because of Mario, but Mario in Oregon was taking big guys from him. And other, like Sarkisian, all of them were taking players from on the O-line and D-line side. So right now, Mario's taking them all back. That's how I see it. And just give it more time, and we'll have receivers coming consistently. We'll have quarterbacks coming back. Like, we're getting the trenches right, so all the skilled players want to come here. And that's just showing with Cam Ward and Carson Beck. And CJ Daniels, like, we've got skilled players everywhere. Like, CJ Daniels showed one good catch, and you really didn't see nothing else about him all night. It was all about Tony. So we've got things there. People just need to calm down. Let's fix these problems that we've got, and look forward to some good stuff, because I think even next year with Nickel, like, we've got things coming right. So
I hope so, man. It's tough with the transfer portal, like, to where you don't know what any of these teams are going to look like, right? At halftime, it don't even matter what recruiting class you have. You can just fill in with the transfer portal. And I know that people want to argue about, chemistry and bring in these one-and-done guys, but even here at Miami, there's always some busts, but there's busts with some recruits and stuff that you bring in too. And we've seen some guys that are big-time impact players that come in through the portal. And it's helped us a ton. You can already tell on the defensive side of the ball. You bring in a new defensive coordinator, and maybe some guys bounce that didn't come to Miami to play for this dude, and you can fill some positions of need through the portal. Bring in some experienced guys that are ready to rock, high football IQ. Doesn't take them long to pick up on the defense. I just always think it's funny. I'm getting a little off topic, but again, the transfer portal argument. I think it's so silly to not utilize that. It's a tool that's there and available to you. When in the past, if you had depth issues and you didn't recruit well at that position, well, good luck. You're stuck with it. It's not like that anymore.
I used to have an issue with the transfer portal when it first came out.
Now, there's a wrong way to approach it. I mean,
Oh, yeah. But like I said, I had an issue at the beginning with it, but then I started to realize it was giving players, because you got to think, before the portal, you're talking Bama, Georgia, Florida State, Texas A&M, all Ohio State were all getting the 5 stars and hoarding them for 3 years, 4 years, and just keeping all the 5 stars, waiting their turn. Now these guys have the opportunity, instead of sitting, they can go find a place. And it's just more freedom for players to actually have their own path in the college football space. So I've grown to like it. I think it's a good thing. Yes, it's a Wild West, but I think things will get regulated. Miami's approached it the right way, I think, because nobody's gotten out of hand trying to say, I want this and that. And, well, if you want this and that, go find a team, like with Isaiah.
Yeah.
Like,
fair.
you want this and that, go find it, bro. Like, this is what we want here. This is the structure we're building here. If you don't want to deal with it, like right now they're talking about with Alabama. They didn't even say it. At least I didn't find out about it until after the game. Apparently, but the board's got no discipline on them boys. They're coming in late on meetings, doing what they want, staying up all night. It's like,
that's a shame, man. What a shame.
Left.
Man, I'm so upset.
Yeah, shit. I'm loving it.
I might lose some sleep over that. Dang. So you're pretty optimistic overall then.
Oh yeah. My biggest thing was I felt like we were going to win, and if we did, it's probably an 11-1 season. And I don't even think we'll lose to Florida. I think it's going to be towards the end of the stretch with the road games at the end. That's my biggest worry, because to me, that's our biggest, that's the one curse we haven't broken yet, Coop, is end of the season and getting to the ACC and winning.
Yep.
Those are the two things that we have not, as Miami, been able to do since we joined the ACC.
And that's what's kind of sad,
we got all
too.
the other bull crap out the way. Now it's time to finish, then break the last few curses and get right.
Isn't it crazy to think that I would be more concerned about playing a Virginia Tech late in November and not even really worried about Notre Dame or Florida? And it's just, it's really actually how I feel.
That's how I am, because it comes down to, one, it's a different weather. Like, we know the hot, we know the humid. Well, we get into November, going up north, it's a lot different temperature. Them boys are more built for stuff like that. And that's going to be a test if we make it to the playoffs, cold weather. So, it's going to be another challenge coming to Miami when they get the next step. And I think they are going to get the next step this year. We have, to me, we can go 10-2, not make the ACC. If we win all the way up to Louisville, that's possibly 6 top 25 teams we face and win. So even if we hiccup, I believe we have that opportunity, because this season isn't like last season. We're going to look better on both sides of the ball, so they can't use that against us if we're 10-2. We have so many more opportunities to get there, even if we don't make the things that we should make, ACC and winning the ACC championship. But we're set up, and I think we got a good path.
Do you agree that it's going to be Miami Clemson? Do you think that Joel should just go ahead and give me the $1,000?
Man, as much.
Come on.
I got my girl looking at me right now, and I just don't know, because I'm not saying Clemson's not going to win get to the ACC, but they've got a few good tests against them, and Georgia Tech's one of them, and they're the ones that got to face Georgia Tech. We don't.
Oh gosh,
we can win out and probably lose to one ACC and still get there, but if that Clemson Georgia Tech game, that's going to be the swinger for one of those two teams if they both play good. So
I think I'd be more terrified to play Georgia Tech in the ACC championship game than Clemson. It ain't got nothing to do with the talent or nothing.
I think Heatherman, he addressed it in the media today. He says we're going to get that option quarterback drilled. He says we're running drills today, tomorrow. He's going to get that fixed. So I got faith that we're going to nip that QB stuff in the butt before we see FSU.
I hope
I'm not worried about Lagway.
Me neither. Me neither. Straight Street 6. I appreciate the phone call, man, and I know you'll be around. We'll make it a good week, bro.
Okay.
All right. Peace out, bro.
Later.
I cannot believe that Straight Street 6 had never called in. Popped his call-in show cherry on Labor Day. On Labor Day after a big Miami win against Notre Dame on Sunday. I'll be honest, the tank is getting low for Coop. I'm probably going to call it here in a moment. I know there's a couple more people that were wanting to call in. But I'm getting low. I'll be honest. I might call it. We've been live for 2 hours. 2 hours. We went live at 10 on the dot, on time as usual, 10 o'clock. I might call it there. I have a new series that I want to do. I just wasn't able to get it off of the ground this week. But I want to do a series where after the games, basically, what you mentioned, I'll be honest, I didn't even see it. I'll be honest, I didn't even see it up there. I want to do a series where fans can call in and leave a voicemail, and I go through and react to those voicemails, like kind of go through and pick the best ones, the high energy ones or the funny ones, or the ones that I think that people will get a kick out of, and we just kind of react to them and listen to them. That's the plan that's coming up in the future. I just wasn't able to get it going this week. It was a busy, busy week, man. What you guys don't see, what you don't know, is that the day of, just some small talk real quick, the day of yesterday, Miami, Notre Dame, I rearranged the entire studio. The whole thing. I'm talking, I had that 50-inch TV. Some of you might remember I had it on a stand over here. I said, screw it. I ripped the TV mount off of the wall, decided to put the 50-inch up in front of me, and it completely rearranged my entire room. New audio equipment, moved the TV, and I got done at 6:30 yesterday, 1 hour before kickoff. So I was stressed. Coop doesn't even go to games, does he? No, I don't even like football, as a matter of fact. No. Yeah, the 50-inch TV. Yeah, my Walmart television. A 50-inch I paid like $150 for. I appreciate y'all tonight, man. Again, apologies if you were trying to get in here. We're going to keep doing this. DJ Kane 77, Toxic Fart with the 5. I appreciate y'all. Melissa, thank you for the love. Eric Birch tonight. We had Duck. We had Sebastian Edwards. And Glenn. Coop is slow. I'm actually quite fast. I beat former Miami Hurricanes wide receiver Lance Leggett in a 40-yard dash 2 years in a row. Because he got scared and never showed up. So I know it's Bethune-Cookman, but let's bring the energy this week, man. Let's bring the energy. The team needs it. The fan base needs it. We want to be 2-0. 2-0.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Close the night with a knoll on top.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
I have to.
For a snack for Max the Cane Dog.
I have to do it, guys. Joel, thank you for the big $49.99. Toxic Fart, thank you for the big $1.99. Appreciate the love from y'all tonight. 1-0. We've not lost a football game yet. Hopefully we're not going to anytime soon. You know what to do. Love y'all. I'll be seeing you real soon. Appreciate you.